In 2020, we got the S20 from Samsung, the Mate 40 from Huawei, Pixel 5 from Google, and the OnePlus 8 from OnePlus. What did Apple release to the world?
Good morning.
Huh? Look, I know the iPhone SE2 wasn't Apple's flagship series for 2020. Even though it was released on the same year, the SE2 wasn't considered a part of the iPhone 12 lineup, which was Apple's flagship offering for 2020. The iPhone SE2 was a part of the iPhone 11 lineup. They even have the same chip. But here's the thing, the iPhone 12 and every other flagship iPhone, as long as I can remember, has been priced way out of the market in my country. Let me give you an example. I can, right now, for the same price of an iPhone 17 base model, buy an S25, get this, Ultra, and a used SE2. The Apple tax is insane in my country, which is why the SE2 was a special phone. For a broke lad in a third world country looking for a smartphone that is reliable without going, oh, Kami-sama, kore takasugi, the SE2 was a gift from heavens. A flagship chip, the most reliable fingerprint reader in the business, industry-leading haptics, robust software support, and a damn good single camera. Low brightness, barely 720p 60Hz display, no dual or triple cameras, mediocre battery life, atrociously slow charging, and 64 gigs of base storage. To quote MKBHD, this is a very
Unbalanced phone.
And that's the whole point. You overload one end of the spectrum so much that the average consumer turns a blind eye to the glaring flaws. Don't worry, I'll explain this in a bit. My brother and his wife owns an SE2. They are still using them. All they want from smartphone is long-term software support, a solid camera, and somewhat good battery life. Voila! The SE2 has ticked all three boxes. Sure, the battery life isn't the best, but you'll be surprised just how many people are willing to put up with the bad battery life. Power banks sell like hotcakes for a reason. On any equation, the value on the left should equal the value on the right. Stay with me now. The second gen SE was unbalanced in terms of its features, sure, but in terms of the value it brought to the table, it was great. Let me explain. This is a very simple equation. Now I'm gonna assign values to these variables. If x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, then z is gonna be equal to 30. Okay, so this is where the SE joins the conversation. I'm gonna take X as the chip, software support, camera, biometrics, and haptics. And I'm gonna take the battery, display, and storage and assign it to Y. And then Z is going to be the overall value the SE2 brings to the customer. Now, if I increase the value of X to 25 and decrease the Y value to 5, Z stays the same. And this is exactly what Apple did with the SE2. Add to this the brand power of Apple and boom, they got a hot seller on their hands. They sold more than 24 million units of these. That's more than the entirety of the S21 lineup. And right alongside the Samsung Galaxy A50, which is a phone that's much cheaper. Insane. All this context, yet I still haven't talked about my experience with the phone. Well, plot twist, I'm just trying to rationalize my purchase. I didn't buy my one 5 years ago brand new. No, I brought mine used this year. Which brings me to My battery health is at 82%, which is not too bad, but in this phone, which didn't have good battery life in the beginning, is real bad. I can easily kill this phone within a half a day, and that is still while babying it. Yes, I can hear you. How do I get on with my day then? Well, I got this guy, capable of keeping my phone juiced up for 2 days. My previous comment about power banks makes sense now, right? That's the battery situation. And while it isn't optimal, there are still workarounds. But the biggest problem is with the display. I don't know if it's a hardware problem or a software problem, but my display has been acting up from a month ago now. Sometimes the screen does whatever it wants, and sometimes it doesn't register my inputs at all. And the right side corner doesn't work at all. I looked it up, and apparently it's a somewhat common problem with this model. A friend of mine who also has an SC2 faces the same problems, so yeah, I want a new phone. So, should you buy the SC2 in 2025? Well, if you are like me, too broke to afford anything much expensive, then yeah, even though you will be getting a used phone, it's still faster than anything in its price bracket. And that matters a lot to some people. Or was it just me?